In the Resident Evil 3 remake, there is a trophy or achievement called Bookworm. You have to read all story files. You need all 56 of them. I'm going to show you how you do it, and I'm going to show you everything involved, where every single piece is. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time, there's going to be spoilers because I do have to show you what you're doing and where you're going. So, make sure you're ready for this. I'm Darkstrider the YouTube Assassin. Let's get our Resident Evil 3 on. So to begin, we start with Jill's apartment. Now there are 4 files that are here. You can't collect them in the dream sequence. You could collect them after she wakes up from her dream. There's one over here, which is Jill's report. Then there is another one on the board right here, which are the investigation notes. Over on her dresser, you'll see another one here. This is the unsealed envelope. And then finally, you turn around and you look on the little makeshift table here, and we have a message from a colleague. So that's all there is in Jill's apartment. Once you get to the little makeshift shelter that Carlos and the USBC are putting together on the train, you have 3 files to go. There's one right here as soon as you get off the train. There's another one directly up the stairs and in that little newsstand right there. There's the tabloid front page. And then once you get all the way to the top, to the little area where there's a bunch of other items here that you're going to collect, you'll see another manual. Here it is. The UBCS Herb Field Manual. That's all there is for this train area. Downtown Raccoon City has 4 files. The first one, instead of going in through Moon's Donut Shop, if you went up the little ramp, you could enter into this spot, which has the safe, and right next to it, we find the drugstore owner's journal. Once you're inside the Kite Bros Railway, there's 2 of them to be had. There's one directly in the operation room. You'll find it on the chair here. That's the Kite Brothers Railway Manual. And then the other one will be in the other room that's in here. And this one is the subway employee's memo. The last item will be available to you after you get the lockpicks. You'll have to come over here to this Toy Uncle store, go through the side door, and then you come over and you touch this bobbing head doll, this Your Uncle Charlie. And that'll be it. On the way to the power station, you'll find 3 really quick. Basically, you're heading into the garage. After you put out the fire, you come around. You're going to go into here. This soldier is going to have a training log. You're going to go up these steps. Go around the back of the alley towards the right. You'll find somebody else over here. UCBS suicide note. Your third one is going to be not that far from here. Right over here on the wall. Electrician's notice. Once you get into the control room where you're supposed to turn the power on, you're going to find a couple of notices here as well. You're going to find this one, which is the fax from the substation chief. Then you're going to head outside. This is a disgusting area. And before you actually go inside, you'll find a couple of racks with herbs. And right here you'll find green herbs. They work. And then, obviously not that far, right here, you're going to find the substation Eternal Memo. There's one more inside. Inside the substation, you'll start turning on these links for power. What you'll have to do is go in here, you'll climb the ladder, and up top you'll find a body right here. So you'll grab that, and it's Chad's notes. You won't find any more files until you come down into the sewers. The very first one you'll find is going to be over by a battery-powered door. You're going to have to find the battery first, and then you'll be able to open this door. But there's a security measure and a notice right there that gives you the increased sewer security. As you begin trudging through these sewers, you'll head for the lab. First, before you go that way, you'll see that there's a little side area, and if you go right down there, it's like a little secret spot that you might miss, and over here, it actually has the sewer worker's notes. Once you've trudged further along, and you actually made it into the lab where you'll find the battery pack, along the back side here, you'll find a love letter. Continue through the sewers and make it over here to the office, and you'll find a couple of things. Right on the desk here, the research assistant's log. And then further on this step stool, invoice from Gun Shop Kendo. And that's it for the sewers. You won't find another file until you get to the item box and register when you're climbing up the tower in order to fight the Nemesis again. You'll find notice of demolition delay. After you get to the Kendo gun shop area, you get the key that opens up this small alleyway. You're going to continue going in and then go into the home. You're going to turn around. Instead of going out the door, you go right up the steps. There's one room right here, and on the bed will be a newspaper, Raccoon Times Reader's Column. Once we get to the RPD, you defeat Brad, turn around, go back the way you came, but instead of going all the way back, go down this staircase here. Once you're down this staircase, there's a door to your right. Go right inside, and right there you're going to find the email outbox. There's also a poster of Brad, but that doesn't count.
Boy.
Once inside the RPD, and this door is open for you, just come in, and right next to this case, you'll find another file, the ID Security Card Protocols. Further inside, across from the safety deposit room, there's the West office. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in there, and right on the table here, you'll find the arrest report. Further in, and before you climb this staircase, you're going to go right, and you're going to find a little safe room. And on a table right here, you're going to find the internal memo. Once you leave the safe room, climb up these steps to this floor, keep going, and on your right you're going to find a men's locker room, and right on a bench you're going to find Note to a Friend. After you obtain the key for the safety deposit room, you come back downstairs, take out the liquor, use the key, go inside, and on your right you'll find a whiteboard, and it's going to have the 3rd floor locker combination. You're going to use that to open the thing all the way at the top. Once you get inside the Star's office, he'll ask you to look around. You come into Wesker's office, right on his table, you'll find the report on the mansion incident. For bonus points, you could turn around, you could look at
Jill in the front row?
the picture of the Stars team, both Alpha and Bravo, before the mansion incident. It doesn't add to your file score, but it's still something cool to look at. As soon as we have control of Jill again, the very first thing she does is walk into this little safe house. Right here on the bench, you find the UBCS new weaponry notice. Once we get back to street level, after we've gotten through that little dilapidated area, we're going to come down by these park benches, and the second one we see is going to have a brochure. Once we're in the hospital, we're going to find a bunch of files. You leave the room where Jill is sick, go around the corner over here, keep going through this door, and you'll see a pamphlet over here. Spencer Memorial. Once we keep moving along, we get to the lab reception where you're going to find the audio recorder right there. But on this same desk, you're also going to find the nurse's journal. As soon as we leave the roof, if we turn left, we enter a staff-only room. Has a bunch of things in it. Really useful. But it's also going to have another nurse's journal. Leaving this staff room, we go left to another room, which looks like a lot of stuff happened here. And we'll find a notice on the door, memo from the administration. In this same room with the notice, we'll also find another nurse's journal right on the desk nearby. All smeared in nastiness. If we head to the door that's directly across from the roof, we'll enter the nurse's station. And over on the table on the other side, we'll find another memo, note about a tape recording. Once we come back to this area, we're going to make a left. We're going to use the key card to go through this door. And over here, we're going to find another memo about lost items. When we finally get to the room where we find Bard, right next to him is a banquet invitation. And that's not all. We're going to continue going around this corner here. We're going to go over to his computer, and this is going to give us an email from him. Once you're done at the hospital and you take the elevators that lead to the very first safe house of this underground facility, you're going to find another notice right here, the elevator notice. As you reach towards the end of the entire area where you're getting the fuses, you'll go into this room that's pretty much close to the other room that you had just come from, the memo room. You'll see a memo over here on the side, employee memo. That's the one that you got to grab. And then as you move forward, you'll see this door leads right back to the beginning. After you put all the fuses back and you take the elevator up to this spot, you go directly over to this board here and you'll see an unfinished activity log. The rest of the files will be found in the nest. Once you get to the nest, you go straight back to the safe room And right here on this cart, you'll see the Nest 2 employee regulations. Our next file, we're going to climb the stairs over here. We're going to duck around this corner, take out these 2 zombies, and we'll find on the floor Isaac Graves' diary. From where we got Isaac Graves' diary, we'll go down here, and right by this synthesis machine, we'll see the essay on the vaccine synthesis. Once we get the override key and we're able to open up this laboratory here, we'll go around this corner, and on this table we'll find the shipping notice. Now, directly up the stairs, not too far away, we'll come around this corner, and right on this table we'll find the weaponry authorization request. If we come back down those stairs, work our way around the back, go through this door, we'll see over here another note. This one is a scientist's dying message. When we take the elevator to the other lab, we'll come this way, and on this table, where the computer is, we'll grab the expression of concern.
So it's called the Nemesis.
After synthesizing the vaccine and escaping the Nemesis, we're going to come over to this wall, and we're going to find the disposal center note. After defeating the Nemesis in an arena, you'll come into another safe room. Right over here on this shelf, the weapon spec sheet. Finally, after you've turned Nemesis into soup, you're going to come up here before you go through this door. There's the notice on the floor. Suspicious contract memo. And that will give you the Bookworm achievement and/or trophy. So that's all there was to it. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, it helps the channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.